Okay, we are here with someone from Walls of Jericho. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Dustin, and I play drums.
Okay, thank you, Justin. So, No One Can Save You From Yourself, the fifth Walls of Jericho album, came out last year. It was from 2008 that you released the previous album. What happened in the meantime?
We did some touring over here. We started writing in 2009, and then we just slowly but surely put it all together.
Have you been active in other projects, other bands during that time as well, or not?
I've played in other bands, yes. Yep.
Like?
I play in Bury Your Dead. I've played for a bunch of like radio rock bands in the U.S., Vision of Disorder from New York, a bunch of different stuff.
Did it feel different to go back in the studio after all those years? Did you guys stay in contact a lot during the times that you were not on tour?
I mean, from 2009 until 2015, we toured 4 to 5 times a year. So, I mean, we were always in contact. There was no, like, split. There was no nothing. We just didn't have it set up to do a real album yet.
Probably the most special tracks on the album are the first single, Relentless, and perhaps Cuthbert as well. I think Cuthbert is especially special for your singer, but can you tell some bit more about those two songs?
Relentless was written to benefit the foundation that Candace lifts for, Relentless Detroit. We basically wrote it about, all the situations that we know about. We have all the intro of that song. We asked everybody that's involved or that wants to be involved to submit their voice for it. So that's when we made the intro for that. And Cuthbert is about her brother who passed away of brain cancer and how she dealt with that. So.
Perhaps a risky question, but here in Europe we hear a lot about Obamacare and the difficulties sometimes people have to pay their bills. Do you think that a lot will change now with the new president?
I can't answer that question.
Okay.
I mean, it's just, if you can't afford to pay your bills, get a better job. If you can't afford Obamacare, don't pay for it. So you got to know the ins and outs. I chose not to have health insurance because it costs just as much for me to have health insurance as it does for me to pay the mortgage on my house. So the penalties that they want you to pay is about $10,000 less than actually paying for it. So what's the point? So what you watch in the media and what's really going on are two completely different things. Whether President Trump is going to change it or not, who knows?
In the past, in a couple of interviews, your singer Candice mentioned that two of her favorite songs to play or perform are "Little Piece of Me" and "Revival Never Gets Out of Style." Right. What are your favorite songs to perform, or don't you have any?
My two favorite songs are "Relentless" and "Plain Soldier Again." I mean, "Relentless" was like the first song that we finished in a long time, and I love the meaning behind it, and I love the music behind it. And then "Plain Soldier Again," I've been friends with the band since before they were Walls of Jericho. Even though I joined in 2004, my other bands had toured with them, and I was there when they put out the first actual album, and that song to me is just so good. So I actually really pushed for us to start playing that song again live, and now we play it at every tour. I love it. We're going to play it tonight.
Today is the 5th show of the EMP Persistence Tour. How is it going so far?
It's going great for us. All the shows are great. All the bands are great. I mean, this is our 6th Persistence Tour. So I've done every single one of them except one. So we love coming out and doing it. We love playing in Belgium. It's great.
You are performing 12 days in a row. How do you stay in shape? How do you handle injuries when you have a tight tour like that?
Well, you may or not know, but Candace is a professional bodybuilder. So she basically comes in, we talk before the tour. Chris, our guitar player, is off doing Stick to Your Guns in Australia right now, but he has a kettlebell here. So the kettlebell comes on the tour bus. So we have a kettlebell. Candace brings resistance bands. We basically, everybody that wants to participate, she just puts together a program, kicks all of our asses to put us into the shape, and then it helps us out when we play live.
Have you ever wrestled her?
What's that?
Have you ever tried to wrestle her?
Russell Candace?
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe when we were younger, we used to like get, but that was before she was like all like crazy bodybuilder. She's always been like, it's always been like a brother-sister relationship between her and all of us. So it's always been kind of like that. So wrestle her? No.
Is there a lot of bonding going on a tour like this? Has a lot changed over the years in the hardcore scene, in your opinion?
The hardcore scene is always changing. I mean, it changes to me every 6 months. So we see new faces, we see old faces. We try to keep up with everything that's going on. So that's just always been what hardcore is since day one. So I don't see a difference from 5 years ago to now. There's new bands. They're all kind of doing what hardcore is, whether it sounds different or not. So I think it's all the same.
If I'm not mistaken, you will be playing at Wacken later this year. Is that a one-off, or will you doing a complete European summer festival?
We'll come back over for the summer and do a string of shows, for sure.
But nothing you can disclose for the moment.
What's that?
Nothing you can disclose from other venues or places.
I mean, it's January. It's 8 months away. It's gonna start. It'll start coming in after this tour. Then it'll all start coming in. We'll figure it out.
Talking about festivals, if you could organize one festival, with your 5 or 3 favorite acts dead or alive, who would you pick?
Led Zeppelin, Queen, The Who, Sick of It All, Metallica.
Okay, I would buy a ticket for that one.
I think a lot of people would.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would like to thank you for your time, and if you would just be able to do a station call, just say your name and how you're listening to Tinnitus. That's the name of
What is it?
Tinnitus. That's the name of the show.
Say it again.
Tinnitus or tinnitus, like you say it in America, like the ear ringing. That's the name of the.
Say it again.
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus. Okay.
Tinnitus, like the ear ringing.
Okay, so you're listening to Tinnitus?
Yeah.
Tinnitus Radio?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Hey, it's Dustin from Walls of Jericho, and you're listening to Tinnitus Radio.
Thank you.
Very welcome.